Hello, John.
Okay, here we are. Sunday, 20th, day before you're going home.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not Heineken, but it's alright.
Yeah, I know. Brings back memories of the Christmas cruise and the Christmas show we did. But this is not bad at all. The Coors Light is still flowing well.
Got a lot to talk about, Dave. Before we do that, I want to thank Pam Tinker Hogan, first one to get back on the Facebook, saying how lovely the bride was last night. And you will see the whole thing shortly. But Dave, let's get back to the last 10 days.
Yeah.
Started off with your luggage not going the other way.
It did. It wasn't the best of starts, as lots of friends and that will already know.
Yeah.
Luggage, we came one way, luggage went another.
Yeah.
Car hire deal, same as you in UK, that didn't seem to appear right, and you stuck to your guns, and we got a real good deal when we did get the car, as well as use of your car.
Exactly.
Everything.
Very unprofessional. Let me go back and see the thing is on, because it'd be stupid if it was not. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Well,
it is live, everybody, as you know. It's live. And Papa Don is here as well. He's rocking on the chair, and it's looking good.
As we speak,
yeah.
your lovely wife Pat has taken Duncan the dog with Mary and my wife for walking.
That's right. They've gone down to a park, haven't they, Don? Where lots of people go walking.
No, right.
That's right, and all sorts of people will go there.
No, there's a Pufters Park.
Apparently there are a few, there's a few people there that like all sorts of things, so they're all there, because they've got Duncan as protection, isn't that right, John?
Anyway, let's get back to it. So
sorry about that.
No. So we got you in the B&B down the street, and that was okay.
Yes. Yeah, it was with Linda. She was the landlady. Very nice lady.
Right, and then because you've been so busy, so that was on the Wednesday, wasn't it? So Thursday you did the Seattle thing.
Seattle, which was wonderful, downtown, up the Needle, around down by Pike's.
Pike Place Market. It's like Heineken. There's no S in Pike. People call it Pike's Place. There's no S in it.
No S. Remember, if you do come to Seattle, don't mention the S on Pikes, because there isn't one. It's just Pike. All right.
And then on the Saturday, the Friday, what happened Friday?
There was the tour, didn't we? We went and round and had a look around downtown. And there was a bit more. Pat and I did. More, and we went over to that wonderful way out to the falls.
Okay. You drove, of course you did. Yes. You went to Snoqualmie Falls.
We went to the falls, that was amazing.
And then of course we get to Saturday, which was something you'd never done before. And like most Brits, but they don't understand American college football. All they know is the Dallas Cowboys, the Washington Redskins, the Seattle Seahawks. That is nothing compared to college football, because there are hundreds of colleges, universities, where we're talking about 100,000 people every week pack those stadiums. So on Saturday, football game, they've all seen that.
Football game, which was amazing, especially for the historic occasion, because it was the first
win
that they'd won in 15 games, was it? And 22 months.
22 months, and at the time I told Dave, because he was interested, I said, well, next week they're playing the Manchester United of college football, USC, the Trojans. And I said, well, it's going to be 70 to nothing, because that's what it probably could have been. Well, yesterday, the wedding day, we're going to get to that in a minute. Unbelievable. The Huskies, Washington, they beat USC, which I know you don't know nothing about it, but over here it would be like a basically it would be like Newcastle, who's a pitiful team right now, beating Manchester United.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen, right?
No.
Goal.
And wasn't that a great goal from Owen today?
Oh, now we're back up to the Man City game, everybody, which was the last minute, in the 6th minute of added on time, and I can imagine they were going to continue to play until Man U did score. But yeah, great result. Steve Walker, who was there. Steve, I hope you enjoyed the game. Wonderful.
Okay, so that's Saturday. Then Sunday, we go for day.
Yeah.
Sunday, what a wonderful barbecue.
Fantastic. Over at Dick's John's father-in-law, Cindy's dad, with Marsha's place there, right by the waterside. Wonderful day. Honestly, the barbecue was brilliant.
We still got food in the fridge.
There's food in the fridge for the next 10 weeks. Honestly, it was big time. Cindy's brother Dave did all the cooking, and Pat and Mary did the tablecloths, didn't they, Don? Pat and Mary put the tablecloths on.
Oh, no, of course they did.
They did on the barbecue.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and Don was there supervising the whole thing. Eric was the car park attendant, as well as many other jobs.
And I brought the Jag out.
The Jag came out, and on the return of the barbecue, John then has to have one of the twins, one of the beautiful girls, sat in the car all the way back. So he's got the open top Jag with a young blonde sat by him in the car. I mean, it was a dream come true. Fantastic.
Right, so that was good. Now, okay, so that was
Sunday.
Right, now we start going downhill, don't we? On the Monday.
Oh dear. Really?
Yeah.
This is when we went to Vancouver.
No, but before that, it's the fiasco before that, because Dave, being conscientious four-striper he is, said, "Johnny, how's the oil in the water in Cindy's car?" And
because John had offered to have the car, their car, Cindy's car, to go up to Vancouver for our visit. We're going to Victoria, Vancouver.
Yeah,
They were going to
it would have been just easy. So he says, "How's the oil in the water?" And unlike my other, I've got lots of cars actually, but unlike my work car, which leaks oil, which I check on a weekly basis, except for the 3-month, 3,000-mile service, I never check Cindy's oil. So just for a laugh, I checked it, and well, guess what? There was no oil in the car. Like no zero oil completely, and how it didn't seize up. So I put a couple of quarts in to just until I could go back to the grease monkey.
Yeah. The grease monkey is actually a garage, right? Where the mechanic there is a good friend of yours.
Good friend of mine, Mr. Memo, is a Mexican. But anyway, so we did the complete service, and then driving back, I thought to myself, and Memo, the guy, it's a funny name, Memo, isn't it? He said to me, Mr. Kling, he says, a few weeks ago, a lady came in with the same car, and basically they had to replace her engine. So I thought, well, it wouldn't be fun for Dave and Pat being up in a foreign country and have the engine blow up. So on the way back here to this place we're at right now, which we've rented, I decided that that's not going to happen, so we would have to rent another vehicle. Which leads us to that day when it wasn't that good a day.
The Monday.
Yeah, because the people, I got a great price on it, and they kept saying there'll be cars here, but there wasn't, was there?
No. I mean, we got there, we arrived here, we were going to get a 10 o'clock ferry, or 10:30 ferry over from Seattle over to the peninsula, to then go on up to Port Angeles to get the ferry over to Victoria and Bouchard Gardens. That was on the Monday morning. Monday lunchtime, Pat and I were still with John and Papa Don. We had a lovely lunch while we were still waiting.
Just one second, just take a time out, okay? Be very careful about what you say next.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
About,
I do.
Right?
We just had a nice lunch. We had a very nice lunch, didn't we, Don?
Definitely.
And then continued on through the afternoon. We were waiting for the car. Eventually, the car was available, and this was near a.
Well, in fact, to Cindy, wasn't it?
Cindy, we met up with Cindy,
and she got mad at them. And she got on the phone, and the people get. They tend to listen to her rather than listen to me.
Yeah.
And got you the car.
Yeah.
And but what was good about this is that David had this plan, which was a bit complicated, and time was running out. But you did it.
Yeah, we did, because we wanted to get up to not only Port Angeles that night, but we also, what was the other place?
Port Townsend.
Port Townsend, which is where they filmed Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah.
And we wanted to go up and visit that in the daylight, so we did.
Yeah.
We managed to get there in the daylight, then moved on over to Port Angeles, found a motel for the night. Great. Rearranged the ferry to get us over the next morning over to Victoria. We got down there 7:30, 8 o'clock on board.
You tell what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because at 8 o'clock we get on board this ferry, Car's loaded up, car's coming on behind us on the car deck. Pat says to me, where's the bag with the jackets, Dave? I said, I haven't got them. I guess you have. She said, no, I haven't. We're talking 8 o'clock. The ferry's due to leave by 25 past 8, and we end up, so we've left it in the motel. I have to leg it up a block and a half or whatever, up to the motel. Still